As a child with a big imagination, I loved to draw. I was a daydreamer. And the moment I discovered what magic a marker, a pen, chalk, or pencil had, every surface at home was in danger. I would scribble in every book, under tables, on the walls, even on my hands and feet, just name it, I would draw on it. I remember at church, I would sit down and even connect the dots in the index page of my mom's Bible. I was a quiet child. I was shy and did my very best to be invisible. But soon, all this was about to change, and I was about to discover something beautiful, and it was a gift. Art became a kind of voice and a tool I could use to express myself. And the more I found out about it, the more passionate and expressive I became. I wanted to know even more about it and pursue it further. And in order to do this, I had to understand it a lot more. I learned the importance of researching, reading, and writing, and analyzing things when I wanted to know a lot more. In the book, Designed by Nature, Using Universal Forms and Principles by Maggie McNabb, there was a quote by Von Glitch, which stood out to me. He says, "A designer should be a good thinker. If your concept pool is shallow, you won't be able to dive deep." Meaning, sometimes you need to find out a bit more about the subject matter than just accepting your first result. Then he goes on to say, you should continually grow your knowledge in a variety of topics to support thinking diversely. Design is a continually evolving discipline more than a learned skill. When I think about design, I'm always fascinated. Just take a look at the clothes you're wearing right now. The fabric produced is made up of thin threads woven in a repeated pattern. The machine that produced this fabric was designed. The print on the fabric was designed. And the style of your outfit was designed. When you break it down, it's quite evident the important role that art and design plays in our day-to-day lives. In secondary school, I must admit, I was one of those who actually looked forward to sitting my art exams. We had 2 exams, and each one was 10 hours long, at the end of which you should have produced a magnificent piece of artwork out of oil pastels. Well, while some complained and did the bare minimum, I was quite eager to put to test the skills that I had developed and the techniques that I'd learned. I didn't want to be average, so I did my best and I enjoyed the process, and this reflected in my grades. Towards the end of the year, I realized that design and art was something that I wanted to pursue as a career. At the School of Art and Design in Coventry University, I learned that imperfection could be perfection. Suddenly, lines didn't have to be straight anymore. And we had to use unconventional materials like yogurt or crisps to design a logo. This really pushed me out of my comfort zone. And we had to learn how to draw without seeing things, but by feeling things instead. But you know, what I learned was that we had to step outside and learn new things in order to grow. As I had a chance to explore different art forms, I found that abstract art was rather interesting. It was a way of escaping reality and not conforming to specific boundaries. This meant that the representation didn't have to be so specific. It could represent something either slightly or just a bit. Abstract art was a space for me to breathe, to explore, and to grow. Another significant moment was when I was in university. I was at a lecture, and we were asked what success meant to us. Was it a promotion? Was it a house? Was it marriage? Or did it go beyond that? It dawned on me, and I realized as a creative, success to me meant making a change, being relevant, making a difference somehow. And in order to do this, I had to pursue my dreams without giving up. About a year ago, I was tasked with designing a shop, doing a makeover. And luckily, the client that I had was open to doing a mural. A mural is a painting applied either to a wall or a building. When I'm doing a mural, I start by researching, and then I sketch. Once I've sketched, the materials I use to do the mural is masking tape, paints, brush rollers, and paintbrushes, and occasionally spray paint as well. When I'm painting, it can get a bit messy, and often people don't understand what I'm doing. And I get weird comments like, "What is she doing? Why is she doing what she is doing? Why isn't a man painting instead? Who makes all these rules? Why can't a girl be a painter too?" Well, my favorite part of the whole process is when I'm removing the masking tape and doing my final touch-ups. And then people see the bigger picture and they get it. It is always humbling to be given the responsibility of transforming a place. Making a difference starts with taking a step forward, planning, executing, committing, and finishing. My family are very supportive, and my friends are amazing. They continue to cheer me on, and their creative energy, I must say, is very infectious. They've taught me to stay focused, be disciplined, and persevere. My mom especially helps me to stick to my deadlines. She makes sure that I stay up late until I finish my work. And she never fails to remind me of how important it is to use my time wisely. After all, we are all given 24 hours a day, and how you choose to use your time can determine your future. From graphics designing to personalizing mugs, the adventure for me continues. For me, up next, I'll be working on some collaborations. I'll be expanding on my ceramic work, and my mission is also to inspire the youth and children to be more interested in design. Just because you are a creative or you love art does not mean you are stupid or incapable of doing things. Your contribution is very important and is extremely relevant. It might seem like just a bit of tape and a bit of paint, but the tools you are given, it's up to you to use them wisely. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. And if you have a chance to study what you love, seize it and absorb as much as you can. Take opportunity of some chances that may come your way. If you make a mistake, learn from it and then move on. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve, regardless of who you are or where you are from. Now, don't be afraid. Step into your next chapter. Be bold. And don't be afraid to want more. Thank you very much.